And so then different size carts is another strategy that the committee has considered, such as perhaps having 3 different sizes of carts that residents can choose and have different, you pay a different amount depending on whether you have a small, medium, or large. And so if such a program was implemented, that is going to also build awareness in the community of that there is a cost to those collection services, and it'll start to provide the opportunity to incentivize saving on the amount of trash to landfill and address the concerns that the village has had to try to make some headway, which has been stagnant. And so communities that have implemented a pay-as-you-throw type of utility system have had, they've had the result that total trash to landfill has been decreased, and that tends to be due to increased recycling, increased composting, and less disposables coming into the household in the first place. I think, those are the essential comments.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? No?
I have a comment.
Thank you so much.
Arlene Altman, 4529 North Wildwood Avenue. I am against taking garbage collection out of the tax bill. I'm against having to pick a size of my garbage cart. I don't usually fill up my cart, but there are some times I do because I have more garbage. And so I'm going to be restricted. How many times am I going to be billed? Every month? Per year? I want this to stay on my tax bill, and I'm not interested in making a change.
Thank you. Does anybody else? Ms. Delgado.
Carrie Delgado, 3800 Grand Prospect. I don't understand why in this new utility scenario, the commercial businesses would not have to pay. Could you explain that?
We pay for our own garbage.
Sure.
But they get pickup, so I don't understand.
No,
We don't.
No,
Not at the village.
Currently commercial properties we don't pick up commercial properties.
Oh, I didn't know
Yep,
that, okay.
but they still are paying their property taxes.
Got it.
So if it was gone to a utility, we'd have less payers, but the same costs.
I didn't know we didn't pick up for them. Thank you.
Trustee Mento.
Yeah, I mean, I share your concern about not having numbers in front of us, and I think we do. It's hard to know if we take it off the property tax and how much commercial is actually paying to the property tax, especially because currently a large percentage of our commercial value is tipped anyhow. So instead of asking staff to prepare the appropriate resolutions, I would move to direct staff to return with further fiscal analysis, including looking at the impact on an average household of creation of a refuse collections utility.
Second.
Just to come back with information for us to
Second.
further consider this.
Further discussion?
Staff, I mean, this is a fairly major topic, could consume, I could see easily 6 months of just how it would be structured. Is this appropriate time of the year that, are we going to be able to complete this and figure out all the details?
Did you say time frame?
Well, I mean, it was brought forward as part of the budget process, so I assume staff wouldn't have brought it forward if they didn't feel it was adequate time to.
Trustee Carpenter?
I just would like more information. I've lived in other municipalities where you are charged for sewer garbage on a separate bill, separate from your tax, and it does make you really think about everything that you are putting in the garbage. So I do think that for that reason, that this could be something great for our community, but I do really want to understand the real fiscal impact of the residents. I don't want to shift any more financial burden onto our residents without understanding to Trustee Roberts' point about the commercial implications and, or the commercial district, and shifting that burden back to the residents. So I would like to know more information about the tax implications.
Thank you. Trustee Warren?
I agree. I think this is something where, you know, I thank everyone for their input and their thoughts. I think it's an interesting idea, and it's interesting how you have the positive environmental impact that you can make here, you know, the kind of flexibility that it offers. But I think in terms of it's not a fully baked idea quite yet in terms of numbers, in terms of, you know, what the impact is, just in terms of what it would look like. I think this would also constitute a pretty major change if we went full out with it. We want to hear from our constituents as to their thoughts and concerns and their support of it. So I think that we have a few steps in here that we need to get to in order to make a recommendation here. So that's my thought at this point.
Well, thank you for your consideration of this. I can provide you with one quick number. This is vending assistance, and this is a metric we use in our budget discussions, that for every $5,000 of tax levy, it costs the average residential household $1 in property taxes.
What does that mean?
So if we're talking about transferring $500,000 of expenses into a utility, or potentially $615 if we go with the debt service needs, we're talking about $120 per household in taxes. Now, if we're going to eliminate the 20% of commercial support, that's another $25, so the impact would be, instead of $120, it would be about $150 per household for refuse collection. So it'd be about $30 per year cost difference, just strictly on the big metrics. I appreciate, I know we spent 6-8 months looking at our refuse collection policies a year and a half ago. I would expect that this would be a little simpler discussion, but this would not be something we'd be looking to engage in then for the 2019 budget process. It would be part of the vision planning process for 2020 if that is your desire.
So,
Get into an analytics of this.
well, I mean, it's I agree with Trustee Amenta you brought it forward. I mean, this is not necessarily fair to us when you bring forward things for us to adopt in the budget and we don't have numbers. But I do agree with the rest of the board and with the motion that I second that, I don't know the timeline, but this is something we've talked about for, I don't know how long the Conservation Committee has been asking us to do this. When we talked about garbage collection and we voted on the contract, we were asking about this switching to a utility. So, I don't know if Trustee Menta, I'm just brainstorming here with the rest of the board, what the proper time frame is. Maybe it's for 2020, but we should either give direction to staff to do this and get it done with provide numbers to us, or not. And so otherwise we may be stuck going through a whole prioritization in 2020, and then we haven't gotten it done in 3 years. So I'm just trying to move it, and I'm wondering if you could specify a time in the motion, that might help.
I thought this was part of the 2019 budget process, so I'll add, so move to direct staff to return as part of the with a fiscal analysis, including analysis on per household basis for a refuse collections utility as part of the 2019 budget process.
Second. Any further discussion? Okay, seeing that, all those, do you want to repeat the motion? Do you have it all done? Okay, anyone need it repeated? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Nay.
Okay, motion carries 4-3. Thank you. Does anyone want to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, Do we need all those in favor? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay. So motion carries 6-1. Thank you so much for your input, and thanks to the board for staying a little over time. Good job, Mike. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just need.